Okay, so in this video, I'm going to teach you how to do transactions dealing with VAT when you're doing journal entries, also known as the general journal. Okay, so first thing, if you never watched the previous video of like how I place different VATs and like basically did a whole intro on VATs and the methods of calculating the VAT price of any price, go watch it, okay? And it's very helpful because now you're going to apply that knowledge. Okay, so firstly now we're dealing with a business who is doing a periodic inventory system. Now the difference between a periodic inventory system and a perpetual is the one that we deal all the time with. So you know how you record trading stock in a transaction? We say it's inventory. But for a periodic inventory system, we just change it to purchases. That's basically it. So whenever we get a transaction where we need to put inventory, we just put it as purchases. Okay, so that's the only difference. Now, dealing with the first question, he purchased stock for resale to the value of 18,000 exclusive of VAT. So that tells us it does not include VAT. So exclusive of VAT, that'll be the 100, isn't it? Now, let's see. So you're purchasing from a supplier. Now, whenever you purchase from a supplier, what did I tell you? SARS will owe you the money. Okay? When you sell goods, you have to owe SARS. So if you purchase stock for 18,000, now, firstly, there's two things which you have to debit here. Now, why is that? Now, what is the SARS VAT account? So a SARS VAT account is used to know at the end of the month, do you owe SARS or do SARS owe you? Basically, it's all your transaction. Now, if you picture a SARS account, on the debit side, it decreases, and on the credit side, it increases. So if you're saying it's debit, I'm decreasing the SARS income tax account because it's a liability. So if I decrease it, it means I owe less, because that is why I say debit VAT over here. Because if you debit VAT, SARS is owing you. So you basically, it's minusing. So the next video will be the ledger so you'll understand, but basically that it is. So firstly, I want to debit. Now, you first debit what is the price of the actual stock. Okay, so basically what is the price of the stock exclusive of that? So in this case, they gave you. So whenever you're recording a transaction, you bought stock from a supplier, you debit the exclusive price first. Then you debit the VAT. So I told you, because you're debiting VAT, the SARS account is going down, which makes sense because SARS owes you this amount. Now to calculate the VAT on 18,000, remember 18,000 is an exclusive amount, so it's 18,000 times what you want. I want VAT which is 15 over what I know. I know this 18,000 is the 100, so 18,000 times 15 over 100, that will give me, let's see, 2,700. So it's just debit over 2,700. And then now you credit. Now, automatically you know debit equals credit. So, always remember there's a space here when you're crediting anything in the general journal. Now, what will be the credit? So what came out from your bank? Remember, at the end of the day, when you paying your supplier, are you paying this 18,000? No, this is exclusive of that. You paying the 18,000 plus 2,750, which is 20,700. Because think about it, right? Picture you as a business, and let's say you go buy from a supplier. That supplier which you buying, for example, anything, right? Any product, it's gonna be the selling price of the product plus VAT. Okay? So when you transfer him the full amount, but is the actual cost of that trading stock or inventory that? No, it's 18,000, and then you have VAT included in that. So that's what you do. Now, I don't know why I wrote 18,000 over there. It's supposed to be 18,000 over here. And then 2,700. And then 20,700. Now, does debit equals credit? Yes, 20,700 is equal to that debit plus that debit. And then obviously, I don't know why I wrote this, It's supposed to be debit purchase. As told you, it's not debit inventory because we're dealing with periodic. It's whenever you see inventory, it's purchases, and then debit VAT. It's called a SARS VAT account, right? SARS VAT account. Perfect. So that entry is done. Now, if they tell you put narrations, you put narration like a story. If they don't worry. For this case, narration will be bought stock from supplier. Simple, right? Yeah, so you can put it over there. Bought stock from supplier. Now, for the second one, sold stock. So now, you're not buying from a supplier, you're selling stock. So straight away, you know you're going to owe SARS, that VAT. Sold stock to monitor. Okay, so that's a customer on credit. Okay, on credit. So tell me something. If this wasn't a VAT transaction and just selling stock to a customer on credit, what will be? It'll be debit debtors control credit sales. Okay, that's how you would have done it. But obviously, debtors control is trade receivables and university. So debit trade receivables credit sales. Now, here's the thing. When you see now debit, it'll be what? So sold stock. So it'll definitely be trade receivables because that's increasing. So trade receivables. Because his account, like debtors control, is increasing. Now, what will be the amount? The amount will be 1,803, including VAT. That's true. Just that. Because if a debtor comes and buys something from your business, that product has a selling price and the VAT included in it. Okay? So if you buy the product, your final selling price is 100, which has selling price and VAT included. You owe basically, that person owes that full amount. So this is including VAT. So this is an inclusive amount, 1,083. But now, first of all, you're saying now credit, and you know one amount will be sales. But here's the thing. When you say credit sales, what is your actual sales? Because your actual sales is not 1,083. Because this has VAT in it. Okay? The VAT in it you're going to pay to SARS. And the other amount besides VAT is your sales. You get what I'm saying? So if you calculate VAT now, so it's 1,083 times what I want the VAT times 15 over what I know, 115. Because this is the 115. So if I do that, I will get VAT to be 141. VAT to be 141. So I know there'll be two credits, and I'll tell you just now why. But I know VAT will be 141. And then if I work out what's the sales amount, which is the 100, so 1,083 times what I want the 100 over what I know, 115. Now if you work that out, you should get 942, and that's 942 plus 141 equals 1,083. That's 100% correct, because the debit must equal the credits. Okay, so what I said is this will be credit SARS VAT account. And when you're crediting SARS VAT account, it increases, right? I told you, on the debit it's a minus, on the credit it's a plus. So now you owe VAT money. Does it make sense? That is why you're crediting over here. And yes, so that is why this is split up. Okay, so anytime you purchase from a supplier, this what will be? It'll be credit. It'll be debit the VAT. If you basically got a sale, it'll be credit the VAT. Because think about it, where does VAT increase? Over here the VAT was decreasing because SARS owe you money. Over here the VAT is over here VAT is decreasing. Over here the VAT is increasing because you're paying that you owe SARS that money, because that money is not yours. Okay. Now if you go to the next one, he bank cash sales exclusive. Okay, so number one, he bank cash sales. So you sold. Okay. So firstly, anytime you do this, calculate the VAT. So it's 17,000 times what I want the VAT, which is 15, over what I know. That's exclusive of VAT. So that doesn't include VAT. So basically that amount is 100. So VAT is 2,515. Now, how do I record this transaction? So debit. Now, anytime you're selling, okay, you sold stock. Your cash sales, you sold stock. I told you, you'll always credit SARS VAT account, because then it's increasing, right? You owe SARS that money. So debit won't be the SARS increase. So what will be debit? It'll be bank and the full amount. Because think about it, the customer is going to pay you the full amount, the VAT and the selling price, the full amount. When you go to a shop and you see the price of like a chocolate is 10 rand, you're going to pay that 10 rand, the full 10 rand. Okay, and then you get the receipt. It tells you, okay, the chocolate was 9 rand, but then your VAT is 1 rand. So you will get the full amount as VAT. So in this case, the full amount, let's see. So the full amount will be 17,000 times. I want the VAT inclusive amount. So it's 115 over what I know, which is that is 100. So it'll be 19,515. Okay, and then I will credit. So I already know I'm going to credit SARS income tax. SARS VAT. Okay. What I worked out now. Okay, so to work at VAT, it's 17,000 times 15 over 100. So that'll be 2,550. So 2,550. Okay, so what else I'm crediting? Because think about it. Debit bank, credit sales. Because my sales is increasing. But my sales won't increase with the full amount, right? So let's see. So credit sales. So to work out sales, you can just say that minus the VAT. So that will be 17,000. Or if you're not comfortable with that, just do it. Like say 1,000, because you want the 100. So sales are 100. So 1,500. It's 17,000 times what you want. I want the 100 over what you know. Oh no, but this is the 17,000 exclusive of VAT. Yeah, so it's just that. To make this transaction make sense, again, sales. Your sales is 17,000 because this doesn't include VAT. That's your sales. But VAT, when you put it in, then the VAT you pay to SARS. Okay, you get what I'm saying? So when you record the sale, you pay your actual sale, what you're making from that product. You're going to make that 17,000. You're not going to make that 17,000 plus VAT. No, because you're paying that VAT off. So in this case, they tell you it, okay? So yeah, always make sure debit equals credit. Now, as you can see, there's a very good correlation. Each time you sell a good, your credit will always be SARS, VAT, okay? And then the opposite, when you buy a good, it'll be credit. So that's how you know. Now, okay, so purchase packaging materials for 1,500 cash from logos are not registered for VAT. Now, whenever you see that, it's a normal transaction. So you just say debit packaging materials, credit bank. Simple. He paid 350 rand for fuel. Fuel is a VAT exempt item. That means there's no VAT. So it's debit fuel credit bank. Done. This one, Mr. Lord settled his amount. So I don't even have to read more. He's just settling his account. There's no VAT transaction involved. So it requires like a normal transaction. Received 150 rand excluding VAT for old packaging materials. For the sale of old packaging materials. That same thing. You say. It's the same thing. So let's see what will that transaction be. So first it'll be debit bank. Because you're selling something. So it'll be debit bank. And then what will be the amount? So they're telling you 1,550 good previous was excluding that 150. So find what's basically that amount plus VAT. So it's 150 times what I want. I want the 115 because I want to know what's that amount plus VAT over what I know. I know there is 100 excluding VAT. So that's 173 rand. So 173. Now in the exam you'll get numbers that actually are well rounded off. And then what you credit, you're going to credit packaging materials and you're going to credit SARS. So credit packaging materials and credit SARS. Okay, and the amount for packaging materials, if you work out, to be 150 and the amount for SARS will be 23. So that's it for ledgers when working with VAT. Okay, You just have to know what and see the patterns.